going to a new repair order. All right, so first of all, we want to click to add our customer. Now, if you're working with an existing customer, you can put that customer's name in. Search for that customer, and then you can double click on the customer's name. If they are a previous customer that has purchased a unit from your dealership, then the unit would be available for you to select on the repair order. So we'll go ahead and double click on the repair unit here. And then we've got 4 tabs that we're going through today. On the General Information and Cash Out tab, we have an area that you can schedule an appointment. So maybe they or just a walk-in customer, or you want to schedule the appointment. And you can do so here on the calendar by clicking this box and then going in to set up the appointment. So let's save what we have. And then in the appointment, we learned about how to set up a calendar appointment on a previous lesson, so I'm not going to go through all of this specifics, but we've got a repair order unit, and then you can set a reminder, you can send a message, then you already have here your customer, your unit, and the repair order number. Okay, we'll save that. So now our appointment is set. If you would like, you can add in some additional details. These fields are not required, so you can add in as much or as little as you prefer. So you've got the date of the purchase of this unit you can add here. If you use a key tag system and when you set up your service repair orders, you could put the key tag number in this field. What day do you promise that the unit will be repaired? And then what was the mileage when you received the unit in for the repair? And what was the mileage on the way going out? Also, what day did you receive it? Date and time here. And then the date and time when you release the unit back to the customer here. And there is a section also where you can place the person's name that notified the customer along with the date and time of the notification. All right, please notice there is a memo section in the lower area on this tab, and this is not a private note and may print out on a receipt for the customer to see. So again, this is not a private note. All right, please notice on the right side that we have our cash out section. We'll come back to this once we're done. As we start adding in our parts and service jobs, the totals will automatically display here in the cash out tab area. Okay. Before I move from this tab, let's look in the upper right hand corner. Please notice that EverLogic has automatically assigned the RO number in sequential order from the last repair order that you wrote, along with the date. Here's where we can select to see, is this going to be a retail service repair, a warranty service repair, or maybe an internal? We can also go into a multi-type. We'll have an example of one of those. And then there are estimates that we can talk about also. I'm going with the retail on this example. And please notice it's automatically put my name and my location as the being the person that's logged into EverLogic at this time. It will also capture the drawer number that I'm using. And then we've got a status. Now let's take a look at the statuses that are allowed in this field. Some of them, such as evaluation, maybe you've put it on the text clipboard, maybe you're waiting for the customer Maybe you're waiting for the warranty parts. Maybe the work is in progress. This is the overall status of the repair order. And then you've got the PO. If you do track customers by PO and or class, you can make those choices here. All right, we'll save what we have and then move on to the Service Items tab. On the Service Items tab, I'm going to click Add New Service Job. And please notice this is repair job number 1. Okay. Now, let's talk about labor codes for just a moment. Labor codes are known as also canned jobs. Those jobs that you work on a regular basis, maybe oil changes, tire changes. I've set up a few here, such as a hitch set. I've got my pre-delivery inspection set up in this section. I've got a labor code for winterize, and then let's choose rubber roofing on this specific job. All right, so I want to talk about this labor code that I chose, rubber roofing, and then I'm going to jump over to the parts tab and show you how this works. Now, it's showing me here that these parts that are involved with this particular labor code are out of inventory, so I need to order the parts that are required for this specific job. Click OK. And I just wanted to show you with the labor code, it'll automatically put the parts on that are associated with that specific job. And if you'll notice the job number here, job number 1. Okay. So that's the cool thing about labor codes. Back over to your service item. Here I use the labor code. This will save you and your staff a lot of time. You know, time is money, money is time. We're trying to save you some time here so you can save yourself some money. And by using your labor codes, it'll automatically place the parts on the repair order for you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump down to the job status on this particular job. And this is the individual status of this job. Unlike the status that we spoke of in the upper right-hand corner, this is the status of the overall repair order. Each job on the repair order also has a status, and you'll notice those same status options to choose from here. I'm just going to place it on my text clipboard for now, and then that reminds me I need to add a tech. Let's not forget to add our tech in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And it's automatically capturing this labor code that I used for the rubber roofing. I have that set to be at 5 hours. So the actual pay and billable hours here are showing 5. And again, it's automatically set that way in my labor code. All right, so for classroom purposes only, I'm going to go ahead and point this field out where it says completed. And in order for us to complete our example today, we will have to have a completed RO. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this job as being complete for now. If you did not mark this job complete, you would receive a pop-up message when you were trying to close the RO indicating it was still open. And you would have to come back and do so. All right, then we're going to go here into our problem. And so let's say the problem was the roof was leaking. And the cause was maybe they had an accident. And the solution is to provide and replace with rubber roofing. All right, now please notice in the upper right-hand corner, it's automatically capturing the hours for this specific job and calculating my rate, giving me my price. And then let me jump back over to the cash out tab and indicate here how it's already capturing this price for me. So as of right now, I'm at $1,994. That's with the service job that I indicated for the rubber roofing, along with the parts, because since I used a labor code, it automatically keyed the parts in for me. And then now I'm going to take you over to the other items where it's noticing I have my system set up to automatically charge $3 for shop supplies. These are things like rubber gloves, grease, the nuts and bolts that may be involved with the job that you don't charge separately as a part. You can set those up here as your shop supplies. I also have mine set up to automatically charge an environmental fee, but if this job does not require an environmental fee, then you can click here in the override box and then override this. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the environmental fee. That's usually if you're doing an oil change, maybe a tire change, something like that. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can add a sublet, which is a subcontracted job. So as you hover here, you'll see you can right click and then add in an item. So I'm going to add an item and you'll notice it comes up as a sublet. Okay, you can add in a description. So let's say that with every repair order, I give a mobile detail on the unit. And with this, I do need to make sure that I choose the vendor so that it goes over to QuickBooks properly to show up under your vendors selected. And I've got one here listed as my detail specialists. And either you can make a charge here or leave it at $0. I give mine away free with repair orders at my dealership. Okay. There is a private note here. Please notice this is a private note for you to make here if you would like to do so. And then I'm going to go ahead and save. And then back over to my general cash out tab. You notice here the parts total and then there's the shop total. So it's only $3 now because I took off the environmental fee of $15 and I'm not charging for the subcontracted detail job. Okay, my labor is $867.67. My subtotal, sales tax, giving me a total of $994.94. All right, so let's go ahead and save what we have. And now we're going to cash out and close this repair order. So the customer, let's say they pay with a check. So you make your selection of how they're making their payment. And then we need to receive this information into the payment box. So you can either hit the tab key or enter to get that payment amount into the payment box. You now see that the balance is $0 and it's time to close out by clicking on the rubber stamp icon here. Do you want to close this repair order? Yes. All right, when you close it, you'll get an invoice here for your customer. So you've got your dealership information here, your RO detail, your customer information, your vehicle information, and then here is the labor code that I used. It includes all the specifics that I've entered along with the parts. This is indicating this is repair job number 1 along with the totals. And then down below, everything is added up with the balance and the RO number. Okay, you can print that out for your customer, and you also get a copy here for your accounting department. Please notice in orange now it indicates that this repair order was closed on June 29th.